But of course, we're starting with President Biden, and he gave his second State of the Union address last night. He touted what he says are the achievements from his past 2 years in office, including some encouraging signs for the economy. But his pleas for bipartisanship were often met with heckling from some members of the GOP. Nancy Cordes has more from the White House.
This may have been the rowdiest State of the Union ever, with the president repeatedly getting yelled at by some of his opponents. At other times, this seemed like a soft launch of his re-election bid, laying out his accomplishments from the past 2 years and describing what he wants to do with the next 2.
The President of the United States.
President Biden's second State of the Union address started with a show of bipartisanship as he congratulated the new House Speaker, Republican Kevin McCarthy.
Speaker, I don't want to ruin your reputation, but I look forward to working with you.
But the night quickly took a turn. McCarthy had to shush members of his own party at least 4 times as they booed and interrupted the president when he talked about China, about fentanyl, and when he noted that some Republicans have proposed cutting Medicare and Social Security.
Well, I'm glad to see you. No, I tell you, I enjoy conversion. So, folks, as we all apparently agree, Social Security and Medicare is off the books now, right? They're not to be stopped. All right.
With a re-election bid likely right around the corner, the president focused on economic improvements.
The unemployment rate is at 3.4%, a 50-year low.
And he touted the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure law, which is already paying to modernize roads, bridges, and more.
I want to thank my Republican friends who voted for the law, and my Republican friends who voted against it as well. But I still get asked to fund the projects in those districts as well. But don't worry. I promised I'd be a president for all Americans. We'll fund these projects.
The president did make one quick reference to the suspected Chinese spy balloon that was shot down off the coast of South Carolina over the weekend.
If China threatens our sovereignty, we will act to protect our country, and we did.
Attending the address as guests of the president were the parents of Tyree Nichols.
Welcome.
Their son was beaten to death last month. 5 Memphis police officers are now facing charges.
I know most cops and their families are good, decent, honorable people, the vast majority. But what happened to Tyree in Memphis happens too often. Let's come together to finish the job on police reform.
He is simply unfit to serve as commander-in-chief.
Delivering the Republican response was Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She is the new governor of Arkansas and the former Trump administration press secretary.
The Biden administration is doubling down on crazy.
She accused the White House of being more interested in, quote, woke fantasies than in the hard realities Americans face.
I'm the first woman to lead my state, and he's the first man to surrender his presidency to a woke mob that can't even tell you what a woman is.
The president is taking his State of the Union message on the road today. He'll be heading to Wisconsin to give a speech before going to Florida tomorrow. Anne-Marie, Shanelle.
Nancy, thanks so much. Let's bring in Nikole Killion right now for more on last night's speech. Nikole, thanks so much for making time. Let's start with the response from Capitol Hill. What are we hearing from U.S. lawmakers this morning about how they feel the president performed last night?
Well, I think for the most part, you're seeing responses along party lines. Of course, Democrats giving high praise to the president for his remarks. Republicans a little more tepid. And while some certainly embrace his calls for bipartisanship, others continue to criticize what they believe are failed policies.
Let's talk a little bit about the Republican response from Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I, for one, was sort of surprised. She used the phrase woke mob several times. She referenced President Biden's age, and I thought, well, your former boss is not that far behind him in terms of age. You know, what does this sort of say about kind of the path forward for the Republican Party?
Well, I think it's interesting, obviously, being the youngest governor. You saw her make that contrast in age between herself and the president. But also, I think, notable that certainly she is a mom of 3. You know, she got very emotional in terms of talking about her own battle against thyroid cancer, saying that she is cancer-free now. But really, what we heard from her was pretty divisive language in terms of trying to show a contrast between Republicans and Democrats. Again, calling Democrats the radical left, saying that they have these woke fantasies instead of facing the hard realities that Americans face. What I found most interesting is towards the end, you know, she talked about being a change makers, and certainly while she kind of represents that new kind of upcoming Republican Party, at the same time, to your point, when you look at her former boss, who was the standard bearer of the GOP in terms of looking ahead to 2024 as one of the only ones to put his hat in the ring for re-election, you know, it does kind of beg the question, how do you square the two? How do you be a change maker when you have someone like the former president also still leading the party? And I think you're kind of seeing that tension even here on Capitol Hill between Republicans, as some, you know, continue to align themselves with the former president and others trying to draw contrast.
All right, Nikole, thank you very much.